Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy, and I am a soulpreneur and intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the light bringers, and the soulpreneurs of this world to live their most magical life. So I'm going to give people a chance to hop on. I was supposed to go live on YouTube. It turns out that that's seemingly very complicated, and I have some things to figure out with that. I knew that I couldn't go live on my phone on YouTube. I knew that I couldn't go live on my tablet on YouTube, but apparently there's some type of streaming software that I need to have to go live even on my laptop. So for those of you that are knowledgeable in such things, if you could chime in and help me out a little bit here, how I can go live on YouTube, that would be wonderful if you're watching. But I wanted to hop on for a few minutes. I only have a few minutes today, but I've been posting a lot of information about the angels over on my YouTube channel. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, if you would just pop on over there and get subscribed, that would help me out so much. You want to make sure that you hit the notification bell, and that way you are getting notifications on all my videos. Most of my videos are over there now, and once I can figure out how to go live on there, a lot of my live videos are going to be on there as well. So you really want to make sure you get subscribed so that you're not missing out. I'm noticing that these videos here just aren't reaching as far, and it seems to be really growing over there, so I'm going to be focusing my attention over there. It gives me a place to be able to post these videos. I'm posting videos every day right now, guys, with all of the stuff that you guys always are asking me. I'm always getting messages with questions, and so what I'm basically doing with these videos is going through and answering your questions, answering the questions that are being sent to me. But feel free to comment below on topics that you would like to see me cover, or topics that you would like to see me elaborate on. Maybe I've already made a video on it, but there's more that you're wanting to understand about that, things like that. So I would love to hear your ideas. I would love to create videos that are for you guys. I would love to hear you guys say hi right now. So make sure that you say hi if you're watching. Hi Mom, I see you're watching. So I want to get started with talking a little bit about angels, and I'll let you guys jump right in with questions that you have about angels, and hopefully we get people with questions, because I know people were kind of expecting to find this on YouTube here today. So hopefully we get some questions here with this, and I can answer those about angels. I'll cover a few things about angels until I start to see these questions pop up. Let me make sure I don't have any already, because people have some misunderstandings, I think, about angels. So sometimes when I say that I connect with angels, people make the assumption that that means that I connect with crossed loved ones, and that's actually a totally different energy. Angels and crossed loved ones are very, very different. Angels really, I always say they're like God's soldiers of love, right? They really are an extension of God's love, and they're here as an extension of God to help us, to support us. And we all, each and every one of us, I don't care who you are, have angels that are here on our spirit team to support us. So we all have angels. So if you're questioning, if you're wondering, do I have my own angels? Absolutely you do. I don't care what you've done. I don't care what your past looks like. You still have angels. We all have angels. And so understand that you have angels that are here on your spirit team, meant to support you, meant to help you, and they are not cross loved ones. They are simply these energetic beings of love that are here to support us. And so it's really, really beautiful that we always have this support. Now, one thing that I've noticed, let me just see if there's any questions coming up. One thing that I've noticed about angels, and what has come through so often in readings, is that we have these angels, we're working with them, but we don't ask for help. And the thing about angels is they, unless it's a safety issue, unless it's a really serious thing that intervention is absolutely needed, they can't intervene unless we invite them to. So ask for help, ask your angels for help, and make sure that you are connecting with that energy. So take a little time, just like think about opening to that angelic energy and just say, can you help me with this? And what's really, really cool is that there's nothing too big or too small that you can ask the angels to help you with. I'll give you a really silly example. I ask the angels for help constantly. Okay, so I'll give you two silly examples of silly little things that I ask for help with, but they're here to help us and they're here on our team. So like use them, you know, ask them for their help. One thing was I was having a hard time, like all of the shoes had gotten mangled at the bottom of my closet, right? I need to work on my closet. It's kind of a mess. And I was in a hurry and I needed the other shoe. So I asked the angels to help me find my shoe. And almost immediately I had my hand on the other shoe that I needed and was able to put my shoe on and be out the door. Okay, so that's like one silly little thing. Another time, my kids had hung a washcloth, or no, I had hung a washcloth on a towel rack that happens to be really, really close to the toilet. And one of my kids, right when they flushed the toilet, accidentally knocked the dried washcloth down the drain. And I was just like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know. You know, I don't want to have to call a plumber. I don't want to have to spend the money on a plumber. I didn't have the money to spend on a plumber. And so in that moment, I just asked the angels to help. And somehow, this was 2 years ago, I think now, 3 years ago maybe, that washcloth flushed right down the drain and hasn't been an issue. I'm still asking the angels to continue to help it not be an issue if it's still stuck in there, but really funny, it just flushed right down and there hasn't been an issue. So I ask them for silly little things like that, and then obviously major things that I am needing help with. When my son Sawyer was in the hospital and very sick, I called on the angels and asked for their help constantly. So you can do that. You cannot over ask for help from the angels. So let's see. Megan has a question. She says, how can I find out what my angels' names are? Oh, that's a wonderful question. So what I encourage people to do is, and you know what, at the end of the day, angels are just energy, by the way. So we care more about their names than they care about, okay? So really, it's just energy. So at the end of the day, the name doesn't really matter. But sometimes that just helps us to feel better, helps us to feel more connected. And so one of the things that you can do is you can, and we normally typically have more than one angel with us. Some people have more, some people have less. It just kind of depends on what your spirit team looks like. But when we can maybe we can just like connect with one of their energies and we can say, can you tell me your name? You want to do one angel at a time, okay? So Megan, for you, I would say like it feels as though you have 4 angels with you, okay? So you want to do one at a time, and you might say, can my primary angel step forward? And can you please, over the course of the next couple of weeks, tell me your name? And what you want to do then is just begin to notice. Do you notice like a certain name that's showing up over and over and over again, or a name that you overhear, or a name that just keeps popping up in different ways over the course of the next 2 weeks? Or do you just have a name that randomly pops into your mind? So just kind of noticing over that period of time and seeing what comes up, and then it's just trusting that that is the name that they have given you to call them. Again, you don't really need that name, but sometimes it helps us to just feel more connected to that energy by using the name that they have given to us to call them. And by the way, angels don't really have ego, so they don't get upset if we call them by the wrong name anyway. So you can't really screw that up. Okay, so let's see. Missy says, depending on what you're going through, do you have more supporting angels with you? That's a really good question. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes I find that, especially if we are asking for help, if we are calling on angels to help with us, we may find that we have more angels that are showing up in our support team, you know, just to bring us more love, to bring us more light. If people are praying for us, we're going to find that we have more angels showing up for us. And another thing that I find happening for people when they're going through really difficult times is I actually will see some of the archangels or some of the seraphim angels showing up. These are the bulldozer major power angels. These are the angels that can do, I mean, all angels can do really incredible things, right? But these angels are so incredibly powerful. And so the archangels and the seraphims will show up. I've been talking about some of the different archangels on my YouTube page, so make sure you check out some of those videos. But some of them will show up and help us to carry us through these more difficult times, or to help us to work on different things. So for example, if you're going through a really challenging time and one of your concerns was not feeling safe or feeling really fear-based or fearful, you might call on Archangel Michael, who is that angel of safety and protection, or he might just be showing up for you when you're asking, help me feel safe, help me feel protected, help me to feel like I'm going to be okay, help me to feel like I understand my best life path. Those are great things to put out there. And when you put those things out there, almost always I notice that Archangel Michael will be showing up with people as a support, as a help. He's a really amazing angel. He really helps a lot with things. So thank you. That was a great question. Jessica says, do your angels know your purpose? Are they sent for a specific reason to help you carry out a current purpose? Absolutely they do. So, oops, I got rid of the comments by accident. Yes. So like I was explaining, angels are part of our spirit team, okay? So we have angels, we have spirit guides, we have some other energies sometimes that come through as well, and they are all here to help us to live our most purposeful life, to help us to live the life that we intended before we came here, because each and every one of us has a plan for this life. Not that we don't have free will, not that we don't have flexibility, but we had an intention and a plan for how we can live a most purposeful life. We all have a purpose, right? And so absolutely, our spirit team comes in with a knowledge and an understanding of that purpose, and they come here to absolutely support that purpose and to help us on that path. In fact, that's one of their biggest jobs, is to help keep us safe. But the angels, the guardian angels, help keep us safe, but they also are here to just help support us, help guide us, help show us the way so that we are living that best life path. And this is where and why it's so important for us to work on, each and every one of us, connecting to our own intuition, because when you are connected to your own intuition, you are receiving those messages, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, and you're receiving that guidance from your angels and from your guides that are helping to show you the way. And then I've noticed that sometimes angels will switch out, or a lot of times spirit guides will switch out, and you'll have new spirit guides step in during a different phase in your life. Maybe your focus has shifted. So for example, for me, for years before I started Clarity, I was working as a counselor, and when I reconnected with my intuition, and basically my whole life changed in so many ways when I started doing this work, I had a big shift in the spirit team that I had. Some of them have been with me always, and then some different energies stepped in to help support this process in the work that I'm doing now. So it's really interesting. So they can actually switch out sometimes as well. Although that tends to be more guides than angels, sometimes it is our angels as well. Let's see. So I probably have time for one more question. And let's see. Any other questions that you guys have? Nicole, okay, says, how do you know the difference between a spirit guide and an angel, other than energy difference, and what are the differences of the purpose of an angel and a spirit guide, or are they the same? So, like I said, they all come here on a team, as a team, to help support us, to help us with everything that we need. Hold on, I'm just making sure I'm getting to all of these, you guys. Hi guys, hi Eric, thanks for watching. Hi Missy. I want to make sure I say hi to everybody. Let's see. Hi Joy. Hi Tracy. Okay, so Nicole. All right, so like I said, they all kind of come in as a team and they work together. The spirit guides are meant more to be a guide to us, and our angels are meant to be more an extension of God's love. And this is kind of, in a way, how they feel different, okay? So they will feel different. Angels feel like pure love. So if you've ever felt an angel, you will feel like this feeling of calm, this sense of peace, this sense of love just absolutely washing over you. I've had it happen in sessions when I've said there's an angel present and they want you to feel them, and people just start crying and feeling emotional because they can feel this love that is always available to us, but we tend to block it out, right? So angels tend to feel different from spirit guides, and that's really the best way that I know how to explain how to separate them or how to tell the difference between them. But here's the thing is, like, again, as humans, we overthink it, right? We tend to overthink it. And so we need to like separate that. Was that my angel? Was that my guide? Whatever. And at the end of the day, like, it doesn't really matter, you know? In fact, half the time now, I don't really notice where my messages are coming from. Is that coming from my guides? Is that coming from my angels? And I can take a step back and I can feel the difference in the energies. But it really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, as long as that energy is coming from the light, that's all that matters. And so I always set the intention for myself that any guidance, any messages are coming from the light and are coming from high level guides or angels. So as long as you're setting that intention, that's the most important thing, because it's all just energy. And at the end of the day, like, energy is not as separate as we would have it here, or we would believe it is here on earth. And so it's all kind of melded together. And so now I find, even for when I'm doing energy work and I'm trying to convey what's happening and things like that, I don't always have a sense of where that is coming from, whether it's my guides, their guides, angels, whatever, because I don't really have that need to separate the energy anymore or to understand it. I just can understand, is this coming from the light, and what do I need to do here? So that's really the most important thing. That's a really short answer for a complicated concept, but I hope that that makes sense for you. Thank you guys so much. That's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for watching. I am happy to do another angel Q&A live, and I would be happy to do that over on my YouTube channel once I figure out the technology of that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Make sure you pop on over there and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate all the support, and I am working on some stuff for you guys that you're going to be so excited about. Some free stuff, some free resources, a free webinar, all kinds of cool stuff that we are building up to. So keep an eye out for some announcements about that. They're going to be happening soon, and you're going to want to be a part of it. So thank you so much for watching today. If you want to learn more about me or about Clarity by Christy, you can check me out at discoveryawakening.com. I'll see you guys soon with another video. Take care.